Good morning or good afternoon if you're on the other side of the pond, as some of my regular class group is. On Thursdays, we do a session done sitting down. What is really significant about both Tai Chi and Qigong is significant benefits can be gotten from either in a lot of different positions. We can be laying down, even sitting down, standing, because the key is in the breath work. We can do nearly all of the movements that we would do in, perhaps with some modifications, but do the movements of the Qigong and Tai Chi sets that we do from a seated position. So I have a chair today that is low enough that I can put my feet flat on the floor. It has no arms on the side because we do want to be able to move around from side to side. There is considerable movement there, so having no arms on the chair will facilitate that. So we're going to take a seat today. I'm going to sit on the front edge of the chair, giving us some room if we need to get our arms behind us. And it also promotes the posture because we want to be seated in a nice upright position. So let's put the feet a little bit closer together than hips width. You just start with your hands on your lap and upper body nice and erect. Head, imagine it being pulled up by a string, making your neck long. And then just tuck your chin back a little bit. And let's close our eyes and just take a few nice, long, deep breaths. Breathing in through the nose if you're able. At least here in the Midwest US, it is what I guess I could call our second allergy season, because many people are struggling to breathe normally during this season. But whether it's breathing in through the nose or the mouth, try to bring that breath down deep into the belly. And then pair it with a full conscious out breath. Movements that we'll be doing today come from a very ancient set called the 8 Brocades of Silk. Been around since the late 1200s. They were formalized at the end of the Sung Dynasty, the Southern Sung Dynasty. Period of great innovation in China. In all things except the military. Hence their demise in the late 13th century. Let's let the arms fall to the sides. Go ahead and open your eyes and just let the arms float up on the sides as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, let the hands float back down. And they will just fly for a little bit. And just let the body follow the breath. One more time, both hands coming up. And then bring just one hand up and across the body. Make a big spiral on one side. Coming back across the body. Again, looping up and around. Through, spiraling the hand on each side, drawing a big lazy 8 laying in front of you. And try to match the breath up with the movement. So as we sweep across in one direction, breathe in, and then breathe out. Just bring the hand back. So natural pause at the top and bottom of the breath. As the hand spirals to change direction. Let's come one more time across with this hand. And then that one's going to come back and go away, and the other one come out and take its place. One more time across and back, and let it rest down. Let's bring the other hand up, palm facing up. Breathing in, draw it back along the body. Let it spiral in the back, and breathing out, back of hand leads it to the front. Breathing in, draw. Breathing out, sweep across. Just a couple of warm-up exercises, doing some single arm reeling variations. And loosen up the shoulders a little bit. Let's get one more on this side. And as this one comes back, let's sweep to the other side. Breathing in as we draw back. Breathing out as we sweep around. And let's try it with both hands. Get the other one ready. Both hands draw back as we breathe in. Breathe out as we sweep forward. Spiral the hands, withdraw. Spiral in the back. These silk reeling variations are really good for anybody who sits in front of a computer a lot. All of these spiraling motions in the hands are really good for the prevention of repetitive stress. Push yourself away from your desk during the day and take a couple of minutes to do some palm spiraling exercises. You'd be surprised at how soon you begin to feel some relief in your wrists, hands, elbows, and even your shoulders. Let's sweep back one more time, and then let's jump into a few of the brocades. So the hands float down. First one's called Holding Up the Heavens. So we begin with our palms right in front of our belly button. Facing up. Breathing in, we lift. Breathing out, turn the hands over, press overhead. Breathing in, stretch. Let the hands begin to separate from each other. And then breathing down. Breathing out, hands float down. Turning back over, lifting with the palms up. Breathing out as the hands turn over, press overhead. Breathe in, stretch, begin to separate, and breathing out, release. Let's do one more. The hands float down and then float back up to shoulder height. Fold one arm in. And imagine that like you've got the bowstring and you're going to draw a bow. Let the other hand become an aiming point. Take a breath in. And on the breath out, pull back on the bowstring. Breathe in as your aiming point hand sweeps across. Hands change places. Breathe out, draw the bow. Yeah, let's do one more on each side. And to release, take your string hand, let it float out. both hands float down. Bring your knees a little closer together even, so your feet are just a couple inches apart. Hands float up in front, palms facing each other like you're holding a ball. Spin that ball, one hand on top and one hand on the bottom. And from here, let's take a breath in. And as you breathe out, turn both hands over and let them separate from each other. Breathing in, the hands come back in, capture the ball briefly and change places. Breathing out, let the palms separate away from each other. One pushes high, one pushes low. We call separating earth and sky. Breathe in as the hands transition past each other. Breathing out as we stretch. Let's take one more on each side. And then coming back, recapturing the ball. Let's spin it so the hands are back on the sides. Make loose fists. Draw those fists into the armpits. Take a breath in here, and then as you breathe out, punch one forward. Breathe in, draw that fist back. Breathe out, punch the other one forward. Fixing your gaze on an object out in front of you a few feet. Call this punching with the intent gaze. Let's get one more of each hand. And then just release the hands down. This time we're going to let them release down to our lap. Push them forward to the knees. Take a breath in. And as you breathe out, lean over to one side and sweep your head across. Get all the way across. Breathe in to return to the start. Breathe out. Let's go the other way. This one's a bit colorful. It's called swinging the head and shaking the tail. And one more time, over and back. And let's close for the day. Arms float up overhead, palms turn over, pressing down. One more time. This time as the hands reach bottom, let both hands turn over, toss one away, follow it overhead, and then let it trace down the midline of the body. Let's balance that out on the other side. And both hands are going to come together, hand over hand. Place those over your lower belly. Close your eyes. 3 long, deep breaths. One more deep breath. And as you release that breath, go ahead and release the hands back to the sides. Give your shoulders and arms a little shake. Open your eyes. Have a wonderful rest of your Thursday. Namaste.